Like, if you think he's secretly getting like vaccinated on the side, you're wrong. He's completely mentally checked out. Okay. He's off. Yeah, he should be committed is right. He's an example of why boomers should not be allowed to smoke anything stronger than mids. These people can't handle that gas. RFK off that galaxy gas, dude.
President-elect Donald Trump has offered Robert F. Kennedy the role of Secretary of Health and Human Services.
Let's go live to CNN's Kristen Holmes, who's in West Palm Beach for us near Mar-a-Lago. Kristen, clearly a controversial set of picks for Donald Trump in recent days, and now RFK Jr. tapped to be the Secretary of Health and Human Services, despite his track record of peddling conspiracy theories.
That's right, Boris and Bianna. And I am told from a source close to the situation that RFK Jr. is expected to accept this position as we see this cabinet unfolding. Now, a couple of things to note here about RFK. One is that there's been a lot of talk about what exactly he would do in the administration. He had indicated that he wanted a cabinet position, but we heard the head of the transition, Howard Lutnick, to our own Caitlin Collins, essentially downplaying the idea that he would be offered anything within the actual administration, likely because of the fact that there was a big belief within Trump's transition and Trump's orbit that RFK Jr. could not actually get confirmed. So talking to these sources, they had speculated that he might get more of an oversight role. Now, obviously, as we can see here, that is not how this played out. Donald Trump offering this very big position at the head of Health and Human Services to RFK Jr. And just a couple things to note here. One, RFK Jr. is incredibly controversial for a number of things that he has said about health, particularly the fact that he has questioned vaccines. He has said that vaccines lead to autism, something that there are no studies that back up. But the other part of this is the fact that he has been really pushing this Make America Healthy Again agenda as part of really what helped Donald Trump get elected to the White House. I cannot tell you the number of people who liked the fact that RFK was involved in the campaign, that they liked the messaging that RFK put out there, despite the fact that it is so controversial, and despite the fact that there have been so many things that RFK has said about health that are just simply not proven by any studies that we have. So of course the question now is going to be whether or not RFK can actually get confirmed. One of the things to keep in mind here as we talk about this, RFK is not a Republican. He has been a Democrat. He has been an independent. He does not have the same ties to the Republican Party that someone like even Matt Gaetz has. So whether or not these controversial opinions, these just downright not accurate opinions that he has when it comes to health are going to be something that make it through Congress, that's going to be a big question here. It is surprising to a number of people. I'm starting to get texts here from individuals who say that they had been speculating, they had heard rumors that RFK was kind of going to be some sort of health czar, but instead he has been giving a very specific cabinet position and one that requires him to be confirmed by Congress.
All right, Kristen, stay with us. I want to bring in CNN medical analyst Dr. Jonathan Reiner. What do you think of this news? RFK Jr. the pick for Health and Human Services Secretary.
Well, it seems to be that he fits with a pattern that we've seen this week, which is the hiring of people that are not just unqualified for a particular cabinet post, but unfit. And as we've already, heard in this segment, Mr. Kennedy has already shown over the last 10 years his penchant for not just promoting unproven ideas, but promoting disproven ideas. He has loudly promoted conspiracy theories such as the COVID virus being bioengineered to spare Ashkenazi Jews and Chinese. He's promoted the completely disproven concept that vaccines are connected to autism. He's been a loud, not just skeptic, but denier of the safety and efficacy of all vaccines, most recently mRNA vaccines, which have been shown to probably have prevented 1 to 2 million deaths as a consequence of COVID in the United States. So basically, we're putting not just a vaccine denier, but a science skeptic in charge of all of the nation's premier health agencies, FDA, NIH, CMS, the agency that runs Medicare and Medicaid. It's literally putting the fox in charge of the henhouse.
So, Dr. Reiner, RFK Jr. has put forward this message, this idea that he wants to gear the federal government to combat childhood illnesses, to combat what he calls chronic illnesses. He's attributed some of that to all sorts of vague.
RFK's a rich person, but he spouts conspiracy. The crazy gas station guy would say, is he an ideologue or simply an intentional liar? No, he is 100% a real one. Okay. Like he straight up is committed. He's not like doing a grift here. Like if you think he's secretly getting like vaccinated on the side, you're wrong. He's completely mentally checked out. Okay. He's off. Yeah, he should be committed is right. He's an example of why boomers should not be allowed to smoke anything stronger than mids. These people can't handle that gas. RFK off that galaxy gas, dude.
Causes related to food and oils. I wonder what kind of impact you think having him as the Secretary of HHS could have on just everyday American life.
I think that a lot of good can come of somebody promoting a more healthy diet in this country. We've certainly seen an epidemic of obesity. And I think that approach is welcome. But his well-documented, very, very loud promotion of theories that cause a great deal of doubt in people's mind about the efficacy of vaccines is incredibly dangerous. If you want to see an example of what happens when you hire a vaccine a skeptic into a post like that, just look at Florida. When Ron DeSantis hired Dr. Joseph Ladapo in 2021, someone who was associated with a group called America's Frontline Doctors, a group devoted to vaccine skepticism. When they brought him to Florida in 2021, the rates of vaccinations for kindergartners plummeted over the last 3 years. So we see what the impact can be on people who are, maybe they're uneducated, maybe they've read things online that concern them, and those kinds of doubts are amplified when it comes from someone with such a large soapbox and a very famous last name.
Yeah.
All right, Dr. Reiner, if you could, what are we hearing in our ear?
Well, let's hold off on that for now.
Yeah, let's hold off on that. I want to bring in Jeff Zeleny, who's here with us to talk about some of the politics of this. Another
the fuck? Why'd they keep that shit in?
Bombshell here.
It is, and this is going to really test the Senate once again. We thought the Matt Gaetz thing would be the most unusual or out of the norm. This certainly is added to the list. But look, I mean, when you think of the Senate committees that will be faced with the confirmation process here, these are asking some senators really to make a choice here. So providing they all go through the normal process, should this nomination actually happen, it will be a giant test for the new Senate Republican Majority Leader, John Thune here. But I mean, we certainly will be getting...
I want to give you guys a good example, okay? I want to give you a good example. Here. Doge, coming to a government building near you. Pack your bag. Please no government employees studying the sex life of beetles. Here is the retort to it. A dementia drug based on a chemical discovered in an exotic type of snail was just invented. Studying the reproductive habits of insects have allowed us to increase crop yields. You think you're making a good point, but you don't even have the capacity to realize how dumb you are. People love to look at things that they do not understand and say, why are we studying this? This sounds fucking stupid. Not recognizing all of the many benefits that have come from studying those things that you consider are fucking stupid. Problem is, a lot of people feel this way. Okay? A lot. They look at something and they go, this is dumb. I, at least, unlike many of these other fucking idiots, recognize my stupidity, recognize the limits that I have to my intelligence. These people do not. That's the difference. I recognize I'm a fucking idiot who speaks online every day. That's my job. There are certain things I'm good at, and a whole lot that I'm bad at, okay? But because I know my own limitations, I go, that science stuff, that's not for me, dog. I'm stupid, okay? I'm fucking dumb. I don't get it. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to listen to the fucking nerds, okay? It's that simple. And I feel like we just lost touch with reality at this point. Americans are so hopped up on hyper independence. Like American exceptionalism and American individualism is going to be the death of this nation. Okay? American individualism dictates if I came up with something, it's very important. You got to listen to it. You got to listen to it. Doesn't matter. I will figure this out on my own. Let me do this. Let me tackle this issue. Okay? Fuck the experts. American exceptionalism is like, guess what? I'm an American citizen. I came up with this thought, this stupid ass thought all on my own. I soloed this entire fucking process. And for that reason, you have to listen to me. You have to sit there and take me seriously. And sometimes you're going to be like, no, dog, you're fucking dumb. Okay? You're stupid as fuck. I saw you eating gas station egg salad yesterday. I don't care what you have to say about scientific research. And I say this as someone who eats gas station egg salad sandwiches. I'm fucking dumb. I shouldn't be anywhere near this kind of research. Okay? What the fuck? It just does not make sense. It doesn't make sense that motherfuckers are like, I came up with this on my own. Okay? I'm an autodidact. No, you're a fucking auto dumbass, dude. You're not. You're not an autodidact. Shut the fuck up. It pisses me off, dude. Why is there a division of labor? Why is it that we have specialties? Like, why are people going to school at all? Just ask random dumbasses that you see on the street what they think about vaccines and just let that guy dictate policy. Fuck it, dude. Years and years of study, years and years of research. Throw it out. Makes me so mad, dude. Perhaps you would consider that RFK Jr. did research and is now an expert? Yeah, exactly. Hey, if you like this video, please subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss out on any future videos.